Elbows hit together. Hi guys, it's Hannah in the flesh. So I've been saying that this is going to happen for quite some time now, but I've had a little bit of the lazies. Been a little lazy. That's really the only word that I can think to describe this. But I've decided that since I made my new blog, Daily Push, that I'm going to start making video blogs to go along with it. These aren't going to be exactly the same content that's in my blog. They'll be a little bit different. I've decided that this first video is going to be redoing my redo of basically my introduction. If you want to get more in depth with it, you can go and visit my blog. It's www.thedailypusher.blogspot.com. But my blog is called The Daily Push, and it is about my personal struggle with depression, anxiety, and bipolar disorder. It's very new to me. My all of this is fairly new to me, so I'm taking it day by day. I think that's why I made the blog, is because I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just doing what I can to survive, honestly. A lot of people deal with depression, anxiety, even bipolar disorder to an extent, and it's something that needs to be talked about. So here I go. I'm just gonna start and tell you guys my story so far. So I'd say that all of this started when I was in the 4th grade. I started having these random attacks at night and they always happened at night, that I would suddenly just hyperventilate and feel like I was about to pass out and throw up and just all of the bad things that nobody wants to do. And I didn't know what they were. I didn't know what was happening to me. And my dad was the first one to use the word panic attack. So these attacks probably happened for maybe 6 months to a year of almost becoming a daily thing. Then I guess my parents decided that it was best for me to go see a psychologist or a counselor, and basically they're what you'd call a therapist. You sit and you talk to them, and they can't prescribe you medication, but they can tell you what they think is wrong, and then if they feel medication is needed, they can refer you to a psychiatrist who can then give you the medicine you need, yada, yada, yada. So I was basically just seeing somebody to talk about my problems, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I hated going to talk to her because she was weird. I didn't like her. She made me write my feelings down in a journal, and I thought it was stupid. And every time I went into her office, I would just get really pissed off, honestly, because I was like, you know, if talking to somebody would help me, then I'd be okay, because I talked to my dad, I talked to my mom, I talked to him about it all the time. I probably talked to her for about 4 or 5 months until she said that she thought I had an anxiety disorder. At that point, since I was probably in the 5th or 6th grade, my dad really did not want to put me on medications. I understand his reasoning, and I'm kind of glad that he decided that for me. So since medication was not an option, I guess, I don't really remember, but I guess I just kind of learned to talk myself out of these attacks. I mean, sometimes I did still have anxiety attacks, and I do to this day, but not near as often as I used to. But since I kind of suppressed all of the anxiety and stuff, I'd say about sophomore to junior year in high school, I started feeling bad, and that's really the only way that I can describe it. I would tell my mom every day that Mom, I just feel like crap. I just want to go home and sleep. I don't want to be here. I want to go home and sleep. I have a headache." And just every day. And so she finally got tired of it, and she made me go see the doctor. And the doctor told me that it could be depression, and that was strange to me. That I didn't think I was sad. I just had no energy. I had no want to do anything, no drive. So then I went to a different doctor, and she never diagnosed me with depression. She just gave me an antidepressant. But after about 3 or 4 months of being on this medicine, it stopped working, and I was worse than I'd ever been before. I started sleeping like an average of 13 or 14 hours a night, and then when I'd wake up during the day, I could still nap. I mean, like, I was tired. I was tired all the time. I had no energy. I was really sad, again, very pessimistic about everything. And I've never told anybody this, but I was also really, really angry. I had a feeling of anger deep down, and I guess I didn't realize that it was anger at the time. I just, it was kind of like, screw school. I don't even understand what the point of life is. I just have to wake up every morning, go to school and learn stuff that doesn't even matter, and then come home and do it all again the next day, and blah. It was just like a really rotten attitude towards life in general and people. I was really angry. So anyway, about 4 months after being on this medicine stopped working, she changed my dosage and went through the same process again. 4 months, it was good. Then after about 4 months, stopped working. Then we changed medicines, and this went on for probably 6 years, I'd say. Changing dosages, changing medicines, and they all would either work for a period of time and then stop working, or they would not work at all. I believe I went through it's hard to keep count. I had written them down at one point, but I think that I went through about 8 different antidepressants that were not working for me. I don't know if it was the medicine or just my body giving up, because I was so tired of this cycle of being on medicines and them not working, and being on medicines and them not working, and okay, maybe this one will work, and then no, it's not working, so let's try again, maybe this one will work. And each time it was slowly getting to where I was like, okay, give me another one, it's not like it's gonna work, so I was getting really angry and really sad. So last year I went and saw a doctor, and she prescribed me Cymbalta, and I took it for probably about 3 months, standard time that I would take medicines, and I was worse than I'd ever been. I did a lot of damage to my body. I was constantly having suicidal thoughts. I was always in bed. I was a terrible person to my family. I was a terrible person to my husband. I was just, all in all, really sucky to be around. I didn't like myself. I didn't see the point in being alive anymore at this point. And so my doctor told me that I needed to see a psychiatrist. Finally went to see the psychiatrist, and he diagnosed me with bipolar disorder, which covers depression and anxiety. And that was April the 1st, was the first time I saw him. I got on medications for bipolar disorder on April the 3rd, and it is now May the 7th. I'm on an antipsychotic. I am on an antidepressant, an antidepressant, and I have a medication for when I have anxiety attacks. I can take that medication and it will calm my nerves. Kind of like Xanax, but not that hard. So life since my diagnosis has been really tough, because when you find out about this and you tell people, you have people coming up and telling you, oh, my cousin's sister's brother's third wife removed 7 times had bipolar disorder, and she lived a completely normal life, and she was on this medication, and she saw a doctor this many times a week, and blah, 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 blah. Okay, like, I understand that you're trying to be helpful, but at the same time, I'm not you, you're not me, and we are not going to have the same problems with this. This whole thing is not it's not something that, how do I say this? It's like, if you go to the doctor and you have the flu, there's one way to get rid of the flu. But if you go to the doctor and you have a mental disorder, there are 7 million different things that you can do, and not one person is going to be the same. So for all of these people to tell me all these different things, it made me really confused. And a lot of people were telling me, you know, I've had bipolar disorder for 50 years now, or I've had it for 25 years now, and that just made me angry. This isn't something that I want to have to deal with for the rest of my life. If I decide that I want to get married again someday and I meet this incredible person and I'm like, oh yeah, I have bipolar disorder, they're going to be like, okay, bye. And these were the things that were going through my head constantly. Like, I can't live a normal life. I can't be normal. I can't go do things. This is going to affect me for the rest of my life. And those 2 pills that I have to take every day are going to determine my mood and my personality and basically determine my life. And that made me so upset and discouraged and just, I hated it. I hated it so much. It's been over a month now since I've been on these medicines. I've had to change them once, and that was my choice. It gets easier, and you know, you have good days, you have bad days, and honestly, it's gonna be an everyday thing. But I'm ready for it. I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to do life. Yeah. I've been through some stuff this past month that has just completely shattered my world, apart from the bipolar disorder. I feel like after this month I'm prepared for anything. You could throw anything at me and I'd bounce off me like a freaking bullet. Bullets don't bounce off of people, just in case you didn't know that already. I want to show the people that feel like me that even though there's bad days, there's gonna be a good one up ahead. It might be a month from now, but there's always gonna be a good day, and you have to find it. You have to do things to work for your good days, but it is possible. So I'm hoping that this will become sort of an uplifting thing. I want it to be really happy and fun, and you know, if I have a bad day, I'm going to tell you guys I'm having a bad day, but we'll work through it together. So I'm sorry that this video was so super long. I just wanted to introduce you guys to me and my story and my struggle and all that different stuff. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to contact me, because I love answering questions. I love talking to you guys about anything and everything. Again, I'll put the link to my blog down below, but it is www.thedailypusher.blogspot.com. I hope you all have excellent days until we speak again, and guess that's it. Bye guys!